Talk Legal Tuesday, where I help you with your employment rights. This week we're going over one of Labour's new initiatives, the Employment Rights Bill, and the updates that they have put out. Government is aiming to make employers more family friendly, so the first thing up is paternity leave and unpaid parental leave will be a day one right. Parents will also be able to take their paternity leave and pay after their shared parental leave and pay. There will be a new right to unpaid bereavement leave. This means that you'll be able to take time off when you have lost a loved one. There'll be new protections for pregnancy, maternity leave, and those returning back to work after maternity. They aim to strengthen the day one right to request flexible work. They will require employers to explain the grounds on which they've denied a request, and they will add the requirement that a rejection of a request be reasonable. They aim to address one-sided flexibility, ensuring that jobs offer a baseline of security for you. They plan on ending exploitative zero-hour contracts by introducing rights to guaranteed hours, reasonable notice of shifts, and payment for short notice cancellation of shift. And this will also apply to agency workers. It will look to end fire and rehire, instead bring in fire and replace practices by considering dismissals for failing to agree to a change in contract as automatically unfair, except where businesses genuinely have no alternative. Remove the 2-year qualifying period of employment for the right to claim unfair dismissal. This will become a day one right while simultaneously enabling employers to ensure the employee is a good fit for the job. Aim on making this more appeasing by employers by ensuring that the employee is a good fit by establishing a new statutory probation period. They will strengthen collective redundancy rights by ensuring obligations to consult and notify apply when an employer proposes 20 or more redundancies at one establishment, or the employers propose an amount of redundancies which meets a new threshold to be established in secondary legislation. They plan to close the maritime redundancy notification loophole, ensuring that operators providing regular services to British ports cannot avoid the collective redundancy notification. It will prioritise fairness, equality and well-being of workers. It will strengthen the duty on employers to take reasonable steps to prevent sexual harassment of their employees by requiring them to take all reasonable steps. Employers will have an obligation not to permit harassment of their employees by third parties. It will introduce a power to enable regulations to specify steps which are to be regulated as reasonable for an employer to take in order to prevent sexual harassment. It will strengthen protection for whistleblowers by making it explicit that sexual harassment can be the basis of a protected disclosure. And they will motivate employers to improve gender equality by requiring relevant employers to produce action plans setting out how they are addressing the gender pay gap issues and supporting employees going through the menopause. They will ensure workers get fair pay for a fair day's work. Waiting period and the lower earnings limit on statutory sick pay will be removed. And they will reinstate the school support negotiating body to improve pay and conditions for school support staff in England. They will provide the establishment of a fair pay agreements process in the adult social care sector in England and social care sectors in Scotland and Wales. They will strengthen existing tipping law by requiring employers to consult with workers when developing or revising their tipping policies. They will reintroduce the 2-tier code on workforce matters, ensuring that employees from the private sector on outsourced contracts will be offered terms and conditions broadly comparable to those transferred from the public sector. More support for the maritime sector with a Seafarers Charter. The bill aims to improve enforcement of employment rights. It will increase the time limit which employers are able to make an employment tribunal claim from 3 to 6 months. There will be changes for those of you working under an umbrella company. There will be a Fair Work agency with a range of powers which will allow it to investigate, inspect and take action against businesses that are flouting the law. Now, these are not coming in immediately. They expect to begin consulting on the majority of these reforms this year. They expect that most reforms in the bill will take effect no later than 2026. So what do you think? Do you think that you're going to benefit from these changes? Or do you think that some of these changes are going to negatively impact you?